Sup everybody, James here with another video review for you, and today I'm doing my first ever LEGO Ninjago review. Now believe me, the LEGO Ninjago TV series, which they actually have for LEGO Ninjago, I have been watching for quite some time, and I have been impressed with how the sets and all the characters have been reeled in with it. So really, so today I really decided I would go in to my local store or my local newsagents and buy one of these things, but as it turns out, I ended up buying two. Cole's car here, as you can see, and Jay's jet. This jet will be coming out with a review very soon, hopefully as soon as this review ends, so this is a very cool jet. Now, if you've been watching my reviews for some time, you may notice that this isn't my normal review setting. The first reason I haven't done this is because, number one, my desk is super untidy, and secondly, this is so big, I'm not sure if I could actually get all of this onto my desk in the one go. But anyway, I'm going to get on with the review here and see where I get to. So we'll start off with the main little LEGO minifigure, Cole. Now, Cole is meant to be a little ninja from the LEGO Ninjago series, but in this case he's a little bit bulked up with these extra shoulder panels and a little silver strike or thing on his hoodie sort of thing. Excuse me, sorry. But there we have Cole, very nice, a lot of amazing detailing. I'm not sure if you can see, it's maybe because of the light, but you might see a little bit of it there. A lot of incredibly nice armor detailing. So yeah, if you actually look at his little head, nothing too fancy, just a little average, what would look like a little Lego head, only he looks a little angry. So yeah, there's Cole. And for the ninjas, and for each and every ninja from LEGO Ninjago, you actually get a little golden weapon. Now, in this case, Cole's is someone want to help me out here? Honestly, I forget what you call this thing, but it is pretty cool. And like many LEGO minifigure accessories, you can just stick it into his hand, and there you go. One down, a couple of other things to go. Put that over there. Now, here we move on to what is either called snakes or serpentine for this series. But here we have a little snake. It's a nice little dark blue plastic snake. It's very thin. It's very small. I'm probably gonna have problems holding on to this as it is. But a very nice little snake. This is actually pretty impressive on its own, and there is a little hole in the bottom so you can peg it into a Lego square or a little Lego peg. Just making sure you get in, and it can stand upright. And now we move on to one of the snakes or snake leaders, or a guy, or what it's meant to be for this series, called a serpentine leader, and his name is Scales. Whoa, this guy is, even for a minifigure, this guy looks freaking awesome. I mean, you have a super long tail that looks actually incredibly impressive. A head piece, if I can get off, that looks awesome. I mean, hypnotizing red eyes, super bright white teeth, a lot of head detailing, so it just looks awesome, and a lot of scale detailing, so yeah. And as for his staff here, you can notice that it has a little blue thing here. The golden staff itself, just pegs straight in, so it's incredibly nice. There we have Scales, and what the cool part is, even though they do have little pegs in the bottom for you to sit down like that, he stands perfectly upright, and I didn't even peg him into place. So that's just pretty cool. And last but not least, before I get on to the actual product of the set itself, with every LEGO set you do get some spare parts. But with this set, I was amazed because really, this is above the average number of spare parts you would find for a normal LEGO series. So really, I was amazed at how many there were in this set. But moving on. Testing, testing. Sorry, just want to make sure that you guys could hear me. Sorry. But at last we get onto the car. O-M freaking G. This thing is pretty damn awesome. I mean, there's a lot of detailing here that I would not normally find in many LEGO sets. But truthfully, I haven't bought many LEGO sets other than the Hero Factory. I haven't bought many brick parted sets for quite some time. So I am amazed at how good this thing looks. I mean, wow. Now, it does have one or two mini features. One is by pushing back on this little bit at the back, you can push it out and all these plates will pop up as you can see here. So 3, 2, 1. Brah! Yeah, it's just that cool. But I must say it is pretty impressive how they were able to do that, and you can very simply reset it by just pushing them all in. So yeah. Also, the car does come with a firing missile, so in my case I'm going to point it up. Oops. Hold that thought. Oh, that was uncomfortable. Anyway, so you saw me from the side, and now you know how the missile fires. In fact, I'm just going to keep the missile there in case it shoots off and hits me again. Now, another incredibly cool feature about the car, there are two left. The first one is that the cockpit can actually rotate. Yeah, that's it. Can actually rotate, and you're probably going to wonder why. Well, this is why. You can actually take the car and flip it over, and you get an underbelly of the car, and that's where the cool nifty cockpit comes into play. Hello. Sorry, but anyway. So really, that is an incredibly cool feature that LEGO have implanted there. So again, you can just flip the cockpit around as well as the car at the same time, but of course you can still put coal in the cockpit of the car. Unfortunately, there's nowhere for his golden weapon to be stored, so just make sure you don't lose it, as I'm probably going to do in the next 5 minutes. So very simply, just put coal into the car's cockpit, close down the seal, and there you go. Now you still can't drive him around. You can still do the super cool action features such as this, and you can still flip the cockpit around, go all out. But the cool part is, oops, oopsie daisies. I did not expect that to happen. Yeah, these two of these little bits popped off there. So whoops. So yeah, I can actually just fit that all back into place there. You can still do many things with this. Fire the missile even while it's upside down. Because you can pose it about any way you want. Flip it over. It only intends on whenever you're the right way up to go a little bit up and straight forward. Whereas if you're upside down in the green attack mode, you can actually look straight forward and you can even shoot all the way up. So that's something unusual. But yeah, as you can tell from this review, I've had the box and the instructions here set out. You've seen the front of the box. On the back, you can see that the car can flip over. This is the underbelly of it. You can shoot. This is the serpentine staff. You push the button in the back there for the exploding feature, and here you have coal versus scales. So yeah, now here we have the instructions, and normally for a set like this, I would imagine it to have one. Instead, this has two. Sorry, one moment. No, sorry. Instead, this one has two. Now, compared to Jay's blue jet, really, I may have spent between half an hour and 1 hour building this super cool set, whereas with the jet, I probably spent within an hour to an hour and a half building it. But it felt as if Cole's car had way less parts. And believe me, even though the jet came with one booklet, I felt there was a way lot more work to do with this. But you're going to see why it probably took so much longer in the jet's review. So yeah, by the way, before I do get on with it, you can look in either of the instruction booklets in the set, and you will notice that there's a cool little page here, and you can actually see how many weapons you can actually get with the Lego Ninjago sets. So that, I think, is truly an amazing feature. At least you know what at least you know what you could get with that set. So that is pretty darn cool. So yeah, put the instructions over to the side, turn the box upside down, and my final verdicts for the Lego Ninjago Cole's car. I'll keep that up like that. Well, what are my thoughts? Unfortunately, it's 8 to 14. It is set number 9444 or 9 quadruple triple four. Ugh, 9444. But in my opinion, money well spent. I mean, this thing is just pure awesome. End of story. Go buy it if you're a big Lego fan. You're gonna have some fun with this thing. I can tell you that. Spare parts, just put over the side. Reload the missile. And that is my very first Lego Ninjago review complete. Alrighty, this is Knight/2020 Junior. Subscribe to my channel for videos and more. Like me on Facebook by searching for Knight/2020 Junior. Have a nice day, see you all around, and until next time, bye guys!